Hello everyone and welcome to my second video. I was originally going to make a video on my top 5 favorite potentially habitable planets in our galaxy, but in my research I just learned something that absolutely blew my mind, and I realized I'm about to push the planet video to another day and focus on this because it is absolutely mind-boggling. Okay, let's get into it. I'm sure most of you have heard of the term light year, whether it was in Star Wars, Star Trek, or anything like that. School maybe. If you don't know what it is, a light year is the distance light travels in 1 year. And I don't know about y'all, but growing up, when I heard people say, "Oh, this planet is 5 light years away," or "only 5 light years away," or you'd see on Star Wars, "Yeah, we're about to travel hundreds of light years in this hyperloop or hyper jump, whatever it was called, in a few seconds and we'll get there." So my perception of a light year was that it's not too far. I knew it was a long way away, but I didn't think it was as far away as it actually is. So let me break it down for you. As you can see here, according to space.com, pretty reputable if you ask me, 1 light year equals about 5.878 trillion miles away. Then, considering that the record for the fastest spacecraft is held by Voyager 1, who in January 2018 set the record when it traveled 37,994 miles per hour relative to the sun. Quick side note on Voyager, it is currently outside of our solar system. You can see a picture of it here, and if you didn't know, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 were both loaded with this golden record, and the record contained 115 analog encoded photographs, greetings in 55 languages, a 12-minute montage of sounds on Earth, and 90 minutes of music. Some of the photographs included pictures of our reproductive organs, DNA structure, Olympic sprinters, people eating food and drinking, architecture including the Taj Mahal and Golden Gate Bridge. There was a whale greeting, a kiss, brainwaves, Gregorian chants, and my favorite, the song Johnny Be Good. Anyways, going back to the math portion, if you take the amount of miles in 1 light year and you divide it by that record speed of the spacecraft in miles per hour, you're left with hours, which you can see here is over 154 million hours to reach 1 light year. And then taking that number and dividing by 24 to get the number of days, and then dividing that by 365 to get the number of years, you can see that it takes 17,662 years at the top speed that we have to travel 1 light year. Alright, so I was trying to think of a way to put it into perspective how long it would actually take us to travel 1 light year, and the only idea I came up with would be to describe what Earth was like 17,662 years ago. So here are 6 facts about Earth during that time period. Okay, first, Earth was still in its last ice age, which started around 2.6 million years ago and ended around 11,000 years ago. Number 2, the first signs of domesticated dogs appeared. As you may know, dogs evolved from wolves, and the oldest evidence of a domesticated dog is the bone orbicocele dog who died when it was around 6 to 7 months old. It was buried with its owners and is believed to have died from canine distemper infection, according to an analysis done on its teeth. You can see a reconstruction of what this dog would have looked like here, although the image is a little blurry. Also, this dog died around 14,200 years ago, which is still thousands of years further in time from where the 1 light year mark would have been. What you're looking at here is the United States equivalent of an elephant. It is called a mastodon and lived in North America during this time period. As you can see here by this comparison, that it was roughly the same size as an elephant. Next up, we have arguably the most famous of the Ice Age animals, the woolly mammoth. The woolly mammoth lived up in present-day Canada. If you look here, a frozen baby woolly mammoth was recently found and scientists are studying it. Specifically, they want to see if they can capture more of its genome to see if they can bring it back from extinction, which would be absolutely wild. Next up is my favorite, is the Megaloceros. It was a giant deer that lived in North America, and these things were absolutely huge. They were bigger than a moose, stood around 6 feet 6 inches at the shoulder on average. The antlers spanned together around 12 feet, and some were even larger than that. I mean, just look at the comparison here of how big this deer actually was. To give you some perspective, here are some pictures of moose. You can see the first image, it is easily almost twice the size of that car. The second picture is just absolutely insane as well. And then if you look at the video here, you see it in action walking around. And now just picture a deer bigger than that. Last up is another one that I am sure most of you are aware of. It is the saber-toothed tiger. They were bigger than lions and weighed up to 620 pounds. I mean, I guess you have to be that big when there's deer running around bigger than moose, right? So that is it for the video. To bring it back to the original topic, 17,662 years is how long it would take for us to travel 1 light year. I mean, that is just a ridiculously long time. Earth back then was, it was in the ice ages. You can see some of the animals that existed back then. All the potentially habitable planets are all light years away, so I doubt that we will be visiting them anytime soon unless we make some crazy technological breakthrough regarding space travel. Anyways, that is it for today. I hope you all have a good day.